first thing I'm doing is taking a makeup remover wipe, and I'm just using that to cleanse and refresh her skin before I start her makeup. Taking my favorite primer, this is Benefit's Porefessional, and this just helps minimize the appearance of large pores, fine lines. It also helps to keep makeup on and stay put all day, as well as control excess shine. And I'm using Maybelline's Matte and Poreless Fit Me foundation, and this is in the shade 112 Natural Ivory. I'm using a foundation brush, and I'm just coating this in her skin in very light, even layers, and then I'm going to buff it in with a beauty blender for more of an airbrushed natural finish. And this is a really good, affordable foundation for somebody with normal to oily skin. It kind of creates like a blurring effect for pores rather than enhance them or exaggerate them like a lot of foundations will. They really designed this to kind of suit the texture issues that somebody with normal to oily skin would struggle with. So it's a really great choice for that, and I actually love it myself. I don't have extreme oily skin, but I do find that I'm more oily in the summer, so working in a restaurant and all of that, this just helps keep my makeup looking flawless all day long. And you'll see that I like working with smaller amounts of products at a time. I don't like to just slap a whole bunch of product on at one time. I just like to cover the whole face and then just spot, check, and see what would need more coverage. And this is a really nice foundation for layering and building up where you need more coverage, so that's what I'm doing there. And then I'm using Benefit's Boing, and this is in the shade 01. It's the lightest shade they have, and it is an industrial strength, super full coverage concealer, and I'm just using that to kind of spot, conceal blemishes that she had, and this does a really nice job of that. I just use my finger and just lightly pat light layers in, and then I'm going to set it with a powder, but this is a really good concealer for full coverage. And then I'm going to mix together MAC Pro-Longwear Concealer in the shades NW15 and NC20 to create the perfect shade for her. And I'm using those underneath her eye area, in the center of her forehead, down the bridge of her nose, and in the center of her chin for a little bit of a highlighted effect, and also to conceal any dark under eye circles that she may have had. I also like to use these to mix together as a bit of an eye base. It kind of helps me save time rather than just applying a separate primer. I find that it just basically does the same thing on the eyelids. And then I use a beauty blender, a damp one, to blend it out. And then after that, I like to use that little mini stippling brush that I have there in my hand just to get in any cracks or crevices that the beauty blender really can't get into. Bake her under eye concealer with a little bit of RCMA no color powder on a damp foundation sponge. I'm also going to put that a little bit in the center of her forehead, and then I'm going to set the rest of her face using Maybelline's Dream Matte powder. This is in the shade Sand, and I'm just going to press that into her skin with a large fluffy powder brush just to keep everything nicely put for the whole day. And the eye look we're doing is very basic and everyday, very easily achievable for her to do at home on herself. And we're starting out with that creamy matte shade in the shade WOS. And I'm using that to just set that concealer that we had put down as the base and help lay down a nice first shadow for us to blend on. And then I'm using the shade Naked 2 on a fluffy blending brush to just start enhancing her crease. going to take that chocolate brown shade on a smaller eyeshadow brush. It's more of like a detail brush, and I'm going to place that a little bit in her crease just to further enhance that and to deepen it up a little bit. And I'm also going to use this just on the outer edges and the outer corners to create a little bit of a drama effect and just show her how she can naturally elongate her eyes. And then I'm using the black gel liner from MICA Beauty Cosmetics, and I'm just placing that in her waterline, and I'm going to show her how to smoke that out using that same chocolate brown shade that we just used. And this is a really easy, simple way to just quickly enhance your eyes for like a daytime look. It's not too crazy, not too smoky, but just like a nice enhanced dramatic effect just to help her eyes pop out. And then I'm also going to take that same chocolate brown shade and I'm going to just press that into her upper lash line with a flat shader brush, or I think it's like a flat liner brush from Luxie. And this is just a really simple, natural way, again, to just enhance her eyes without going too crazy or heavy on the drama. And I don't know where the footage went. We did realize that the camera had like kind of glitched on us while we were filming this, but basically what I'm doing is I'm showing her how to take that chocolate brown shade. Actually, I think I'm taking the taupe shade, the Naked 2. Yeah, I'm definitely taking Naked 2, and I'm just filling in her brows, and I'm showing her the points at where in which her brow should start, the highest point of the arch, and where it should end, so that she can fill them in on herself at home. It's basically just a little guideline to follow. I'm taking that Boing concealer that we had used earlier, and I'm just using a little bit of that to clean up underneath her brow and highlight that area a little bit just for that lifted effect. And then I'm just using a clear brow gel just to set her brows in place so we don't have any stray hairs popping up. And then she wanted to know how to simply take her look from day to night. So I'm taking the same palette and I'm using a little bit of the chocolate brown mixed with black, and I'm just pushing that into her outer V and smoking it up a little bit just for a little bit of added drama. And I'm showing her how she can easily just do like a few things just to make it look a little bit more fancy for a different occasion or for night, whatever the need may be. And I'm also going to take ColorPop Super Shock Shadow in Alchemy, and it's seriously one of my favorite and most affordable products to just really add some bling to your eyes. I'm just pushing that into her, I guess like first, like inner third of her eye, I would say. And it really opens the eye up and just adds that perfect amount of drama. And then I'm just taking Smashbox Step by Step Powder Contour Palette, and I'm using the middle bronze shade and a fluffy bronzing brush just to warm up her face before I do a little bit of light contouring. And then with the same palette and the darker contour shade, I'm going to take a smaller angled brush and I'm going to just contour along the hollows of her cheeks, and I'm just going to apply the color in small amounts and blend lightly upwards. And then I'm also going to move this color along her jawline and along her temple and forehead just to contour a little bit and bring some dimension to her face. And then for her blush, I'm going to take Dandelion from Benefit. I'm actually using the Benefit's Cheekathon palette here. And I'm just going to just sweep that onto the apples of her cheeks and very lightly up her cheekbones, just to brighten up and enhance her face a little bit. And then I'm taking Hoola, also by Benefit, and a small angled brush from Luxie. And I'm going to just lightly contour her nose just to bring a little bit of structure and slim it down just a touch. And then for her highlight, I'm using the Becca Cosmetics Jacklyn Hill Champagne Pop, and I'm taking that with the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlight brush, and I'm just kind of tapping that along the high points of her face, above her cheekbones, lightly up onto her temple. I'm also going to run this along the bridge of her nose and just on the tip of her nose, just for a slight lift. And this is my favorite way to wake up the face and introduce some light and just make everything look a little bit more fresh and ethereal. I just love the appearance that highlighting gives to the face. I also like to run that along the Cupid's bow of the lips as well. And then I'm just filling in her lips with the Revlon's Just Bitten Kissable Balm Stain in the color Honey. And this is a really nice long-wearing alternative to a natural-looking lipstick with a really nice finish. And then I'm going to top it off with NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Eclair. And lastly, I'm just finishing her face with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, just to finish the look and eliminate any powdery or chalkiness. And the look is finished. This is showing what she looks like with her glasses and then without. Thank you so much to Kim for being an excellent client/model for this look and to make this tutorial possible. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye!